Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Balboabtw. And inside of this video, I do want to talk about the new code Setro just dropped, the 1 million code, the code that he's been hyping up for the last week. And I know a vast majority of the community are actually really liking this code, but I'm not gonna lie, I hate to be that guy, but this code was trying to fucking dodge shit. I'm just being blatantly honest. I don't know if you guys are looking at it from a different POV than I am, but we go through here, right? I guess the only thing that you can say is actually cool is the hog frags. But, who didn't have Visored and Let's already? If you guys get what I'm saying, kind of, that shit wasn't even that hard. If you are a month into the game and you still didn't have your mode or your sub mode, that was, your own choices. Not you just not getting it. The lot skill boxes is cool as well, because those are kind of hard to get. Element and weaponry rules, I mean, cool. I don't think many people actually care about them at all, though, because quite frankly, most people have their element already. They've given out 500 rerolls already. So I don't think giving out more element and clan rerolls is really that cool. These are all right. And then Monarch Book, which everyone gets, but it's the new best waste accessory. These two items, on paper, they sound really cool. The Soul Gem is actually not that bad. But these two are going to be deleted after tomorrow, so it's locked to this code. And it basically says, allows you to swap to another true mode, skipping all the requirements. This is cool. This is actually a pretty cool item. It's impossible to craft, though. The only one you're going to get is going to be from the actual code. The Hellstone, though, is where the problem relies for this code. Allows you to gate to all hell areas without needing to do the bosses. Should let you take 2 other people with you. Has requirements. This is also craftable. Now on paper, this sounds really cool, right? But the way that it actually works is basically every single person that got true mode, by going through all the gates, doing the whole hell progression and things like that, you doing that is now useless because people can just skip to the end pretty much and then do the library puzzle and then start their AFK timer in range 1, and then boom, they get true in 25 hours, and the whole actual true, or the whole actual hell part, only takes 30 minutes. So if you got true legitly, I mean, you kind of just wasted your time. Anyone that did the 120 hell mobs, you wasted your time. It was just a complete waste of time, because now as a new player, you can just hop in, skip straight to the end, and boom. So all in all, I feel like the code isn't terrible. The element rerolls and all that, I feel like nobody cares about. I feel like the hog frags and all that is cool if you're one of those players that don't really play the game that much. But if you were actually someone playing the game, that doesn't matter to you at all. The Soul Gem is cool because you can swap your true mode, which, some people probably want to do that. And then Monarch Book is the new best waste accessory, which is nice, but it's everyone's gonna have the accessory, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I just feel like, he was inside the fucking announcement saying that this toad's gonna change your life. And then I guess the only actual cool thing is the Soul Gem. The Hellstone's, actually dumb as fuck to add. The Soul Gem is cool. Everything else is, I mean, if you needed it, then boom, you have it. But I don't really think that the code was actually that good at all, in my opinion. Maybe you guys are seeing something that I'm not seeing, but, me personally, I would much rather him just give us, the best accessories or some dumb shit from the code. Or something actually useful. Maybe, multiple soul gems or something like that, because the Hellstone's just a dumbass addition. All of these fragments and skill box choosers is cool if you needed them, but if you've been playing for the last month and you don't already have your true variant of Visored or whatever, that's honestly a you type of issue. The rerolls don't matter. Damn near every single person already has the build that they want. Blue litzers and that don't matter. The powdered black, I guess, is cool, and Monarch Book is kind of whatever. But the fact that this game's player base jumped to 115k off of one code is a little insane to me. Because this game, no, before the code dropped, the game had 39k. The code drops, and then it drops to 120k. which, I mean, made sense. He did say that the toad's only going to be available for a day, so you use it now and do all that. But the people that are actually, like, that desperate for toads is a little insane to me. It's always been kind of insane to me. I truly believe that Type Soul, I wouldn't say that it'd be better off without any toads, but ever since they added toads, I would say that it has had actually a negative result on the game, for sure. Because there's going to be some people that use this code, and then I would say 2 days from now, they're going to go back in, and they're going to go, when's next toad, when's next toad, even though they just got this one. It's honestly a virus to this game and every other game. I feel like any game that has codes is kind of the same way, where you can give them the God code, right? And they will be back in that chat 2 days later begging for another code. I won't say that it was a bad thing to add codes to this game, but it definitely has had a negative impact on the game. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I said, it's a cool code. Does it deserve 120k people to get on though? No. And then also the true mode shit. I mean, bro, 140k people have true. Getting able to swap it is cool, but them adding that Hellstone is damn near cosmetic, because if you haven't done Hell, like I said with the visor and shit like that, you are choosing not to do Hell, if you get what I'm saying. Like, you've had all this time. You could have done it if you wanted to. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool code, I guess. If we're actually looking at the toad and dissecting it, right? Everyone has this, so it doesn't really matter. It's a cool addition. It's the new best waste accessory, so it's alright. But doesn't really matter because every single person that's playing the game has it now because they just type in the code. These are all cool, but you can get them just by playing the game for probably like 30 minutes. These are cool, but they've already given out like 500 element rerolls and stuff like that, so it doesn't really matter. These as well, cool, sure. They don't matter, because if you actually played the game, then you would have had it for the past 3 weeks now. The only actual good addition, a terrible addition, shouldn't even be in the game. That's the code. So, I mean, you guys can feel free to leave your own thoughts. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, nah, this is the best code they've ever dropped. Which is probably true, actually. It most definitely is the best code that they ever dropped. I'm not going to say that it's not worth the 1 mil players. I'm just going to say that this code wasn't a good addition, because you basically just made it so any singular person that grinded through Hell mode wasted their time, because now a new player can just hop in. Like, Hell is useless now. Like, Hell is dead-ass useless. There's zero reason to do Hell now. Other than maybe those new weapons, if you really care about those new weapons, but they are literally reskin of the Fire Knight Greatsword. I don't know. You guys can feel free to leave your own thoughts in the comments. I might get fried inside the comments. That's alright. This is just my own opinion. If you guys have a different opinion, I know it's just a little crazy, bro. I go inside Gen Chat, and I see people like, oh, Setro, you did nothing wrong. This toad's amazing. And I'm just like, okay. The code doesn't change the fact that there's going to be no update. There's going to be no good additions. And the game's still dying no matter what. Like, the code doesn't change that. But, I mean, hey. You know, if you guys enjoy the code that much, then that is your own personal decision. Like, I think it's honestly just a detour type of thing, where now he can feel like, oh, I don't really need an update for a week because, you know, I gave them this crazy code, so they're going to be off my dick. It's just how the game's always been, you know? Whenever something's going bad, he gives the community a code, and usually they leave him alone whenever he's getting bullied. But, I mean, if people fail to see that, then that is their own personal choices. You know, I can't force anyone to see that. You guys can feel free to leave your own thoughts in the comments. It's a cool code. Will it personally make me start playing the game again? No. Not at all. Like, no. Like, the code won't make me start playing the game again. I feel like it's going to be the same for a lot of other people. Are they going to join to enter the code? Yeah. But this code isn't keeping people on the game at all, in my personal opinion. It's honestly just a lot of console and mobile people that couldn't get, like, their sub mode. Those are the only people hyped for this code. But you guys can feel free to leave your own thoughts in the comments. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.